Today, we pause to remember and celebrate the life of Malcolm-Jamal Warner, the beloved actor, director, musician, and poet who touched millions of hearts around the world. At 54, we've lost not just a talented performer, but a thoughtful artist who used his platform to inspire and uplift others. Malcolm-Jamal Warner wasn't just America's favorite TV son, he was a Renaissance man who spent decades proving that child stars could grow into meaningful, impactful artists. Today, we honor his memory by looking back at the incredible journey of a man who never forgot where he came from, and who always strived to make a difference. When Malcolm-Jamal Warner first appeared on our television screens in 1984 as Theo Huxtable, he was just 14 years old. But from day one, it was clear that this young man possessed something special. For 8 seasons, he brought warmth, humor, and authenticity to the role of the lovable, sometimes mischievous middle child of the Huxtable family. The Cosby Show wasn't just entertainment, it was a cultural phenomenon that changed how Black families were portrayed on television. And Malcolm was at the heart of that change. His portrayal of Theo showed a young Black man who was smart, funny, caring, and real. He dealt with typical teenage problems, grades, girls, and growing up, in ways that resonated with viewers of every background. In 2023, Malcolm reflected on the show's impact, saying it had such an impact on the culture here in America but also a global impact on how Black people saw ourselves globally and how the rest of the world saw us. He understood the weight of that responsibility and carried it with grace throughout his life. His performance earned him an Emmy nomination in 1986 for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, a recognition that was just the beginning of what would become a remarkable career spanning 4 decades. While many child actors struggle to break free from their early roles, Malcolm-Jamal Warner embraced the challenge of reinventing himself. He proved his range with Malcolm and Eddie from 1996 to 2000, where he showcased his comedic timing alongside Eddie Griffin. The show demonstrated that Malcolm could carry a series as a leading man, bringing his natural charisma to a completely different character. His voice work on The Magic School Bus, as the producer, showed his versatility in children's entertainment, while his more recent role in The Resident, from 2018 to 2023, proved he could handle dramatic material with the same skill he brought to comedy. But Malcolm wasn't content to just act, he wanted to create. He stepped behind the camera to direct episodes of some of television's most beloved shows, including The Cosby Show, All That, Kenan and Kel, and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. His directorial work showed a keen understanding of storytelling and a commitment to quality that reflected his professional standards. Most recently, he appeared in Alert, Missing Persons Unit, and was hosting the podcast, Not All Hood, where he explored the diverse experiences of Black Americans. Even in his final projects, Malcolm was committed to meaningful storytelling that elevated voices and perspectives that needed to be heard. What many fans didn't know was that Malcolm-Jamal Warner was also a gifted musician and poet. His artistic soul extended far beyond the screen, and he used these outlets to express his deepest thoughts and feelings about life, culture, and community. In 2015, he achieved something truly remarkable. He won a Grammy Award for Best Traditional R&B Performance for his contribution to a cover of Stevie Wonder's Jesus Children of America. This wasn't just a celebrity dabbling in music, this was recognition of genuine talent and artistic merit. Malcolm was also a passionate poet who understood the power of words to heal, inspire, and challenge. His friend, poet Kevin Powell, recently shared that Malcolm was deeply concerned about representation in hip-hop and popular culture. Powell said Malcolm was focused on, how are we representing ourselves as a community, as a people, with the art that we're creating? This wasn't someone who was content to rest on his early success. Malcolm continued to evolve, to question, and to use his platform responsibly. He understood that with fame comes opportunity, the opportunity to make a real difference in the world. Those who knew Malcolm personally describe him as humble, kind, and genuinely supportive of others. Kevin Powell noted that, you would have never known he was a major child star. He was never someone who was into the celebrity of it. Malcolm was a devoted husband and father who prioritized his family while maintaining his career. He managed to navigate the often treacherous waters of child stardom and emerge not just unscathed, but as a role model for how to handle fame with grace and purpose. Friends and colleagues consistently speak of his generosity, not just with his time or resources, but with his encouragement and support for other artists. He lifted others up, understanding that success is more meaningful when it's shared. In an industry that can be cutthroat and competitive, Malcolm-Jamal Warner stood out for his authenticity and his commitment to doing work that mattered. He chose projects that reflected his values and used his influence to amplify important messages. As news of Malcolm's passing spread, the outpouring of love from fans, colleagues, and friends has been overwhelming. Social media has been filled with stories of how his work touched lives, inspired dreams, and provided comfort during difficult times. For many, Theo Huxtable wasn't just a character, he was a friend who grew up alongside them. Malcolm brought such authenticity to that role that viewers felt like they knew him personally. And in many ways, they did. The warmth, humor, and heart that Theo displayed were reflections of Malcolm's own character. But his legacy extends far beyond one iconic role. Through his diverse body of work, as an actor, director, musician, poet, and podcast host, Malcolm showed us what it means to be a true artist. He demonstrated that success isn't just about fame or fortune, but about using your talents to make a positive impact on the world. Malcolm-Jamal Warner's journey from child star to accomplished artist and thoughtful human being serves as an inspiration to us all. He showed us that it's possible to grow up in the public eye while maintaining your integrity, your values, and your commitment to excellence. As we remember Malcolm today, let's not just mourn what we've lost, but celebrate what we've gained from having him in our lives. His work will continue to inspire future generations, his example will continue to guide young artists, and his memory will continue to bring smiles to the faces of those who loved him. Malcolm-Jamal Warner lived a life of purpose, creativity, and love. He was truly America's son, not just because of the role that made him famous, but because of the man he became. His legacy will live on in every rerun, every laugh, and every life he touched along the way. Rest in peace, Malcolm. Thank you for sharing your gifts with the world. You will be deeply missed but never forgotten.